Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. I'm doing another guest episode with my longtime friend Abby.
Hi guys.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Abby. I grew up in Pittsburgh. Kiara and I went to high school together. And
It's so
thanks
funny
for
that
having
your
me.
first instinct is always like, I grew up in blank.
Well, I know that's usually how you start your podcast of like, what's your
Yeah,
name? Where are you from?
yeah.
I guess I was born in Michigan, but
Ooh, yes. And I was born in DC.
mhm.
It's all about the little
But we're
things.
still here.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
here we are.
We're here. We're like basically Rochester natives at this point.
Yeah, at this point. It is crazy because this is the longest place I've lived consecutively, but I have like moved around so
Oh
much.
yes, I did
So
want to
it's
bring up
interesting.
your very interesting like moving situation.
Yeah. Well, my dad had a job that like required him to move around a lot, so we spent some time overseas in Egypt and then just kind of moved around throughout the states, but we've lived in New York the longest. So I always consider New York home, if
Hmm.
that makes sense.
And he was in the army.
Yeah, he was in the army, but it was a different job that like made him move around, which I also didn't know until
Oh
recently.
really?
Yeah, because everyone would be like, "Oh, you moved around a lot. Is your dad in the army or military?" And I would
Hmm.
say, "Yeah." But my dad was like, "That's not why we moved." And I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
I didn't know that."
wait, why did you guys?
Because it was like for another company and they had like different contracts in different places. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's
Cool.
all over my head,
Cool.
honestly.
And Abby comes from a bigger family, at least bigger than mine.
Yeah, I have a family of seven, so I have four siblings, and I'm the second oldest.
Wow, when you said family seven, I almost thought you meant like six other siblings. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and then I'm the oldest, so I feel like we do
Hmm.
really give like older sibling vibes.
Yes.
Abby is just very mature.
Oh, thank you.
She's
I
such a
think you are too.
oh, thank you. She is such a wise friend. Like she has been there for me, like in very low, low and high places.
Oh,
Let's
I
just
was
say
gonna say
that.
I think you're really wise too.
Thank you.
Like it does feel like I'm talking to like a big sister or something. Like when
Really?
we speak, yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah.
I love that. Lately I've been making a lot of like younger friends.
Hmm.
And so I do feel like I'm taking on that like bigger sister energy.
Yeah.
But it's cool because I feel like a lot of my friends are like literally like a different like generation sometimes.
Yeah. I
Like
feel like it can be hard. I feel like a
not
lot of my
physically,
friends
they're
are,
not actually
yeah.
different generation, but like they grew up like so differently than
Yeah,
me. But it's like funny.
I agree. I think too, like the whole COVID thing, like where you were in your life during COVID,
That's
I feel like
I
is,
was gonna bring that up because they'll
yeah,
be like, "Oh yeah, I was a sophomore in high
yeah.
school during COVID." I'm like,
Hmm.
"Oh
I know. I feel like it really does affect like where,
yeah,
how old you were when COVID happened and like
yep,
how it affected your schooling,
your
which is
school."
so crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did graduate in a parking lot
We,
because of COVID,
we sure
and you
did.
were like, you and the our mutual friend at the time were like, weren't you guys like crying and
Oh
like
my gosh, yeah,
emotion?
we were like sobbing in the
Yeah,
parking lot. It was, I don't know, it was just a lot, but
that is a lot. I just
it's so funny because I feel
yeah,
like there's a like people will always talk about like, oh, the class of 2020 is still complaining that they didn't have a
yeah,
graduation. I feel like it's not even that. Like it was just a lot like to go from that and then also to start college when COVID was still like very much running
yeah,
around. It was just like a stressful time. Like I'm not
yeah,
angry that I didn't have a graduation. It was just
yeah.
like hard to navigate at the time.
Yeah, I feel like I did like black out part of that graduation
Yeah.
because I don't know, it's just like kind of sad. And then like didn't
Yeah.
we did like the little like car parade
Yeah.
and I like decorated the back of my car to
Yeah.
like make it like cute, but like
Hmm.
that is so sad.
Yeah. I liked the parade. I feel like they should still do it. I
They
think it was a
should
cute
still do
idea.
that. Like
Yeah.
why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Get the community together.
I was like so determined to have like a very aesthetic senior year
Hmm.
because that's actually I started my YouTube channel like maybe like freshman or sophomore year.
Yeah.
And so I really wanted to like do all these like cute little videos and stuff.
Yeah.
And then literally it like all came like crashing down and I was like, I have no content.
No, I know.
I have
Yeah.
nothing.
That was a tough year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very tough. But we can like start more towards what do you feel like was the beginning of our friendship? Because I feel like we probably have different answers.
Yeah. I think like I mean, we were like friendly in
Yeah, maybe
senior
like
year, I feel like.
friendly-ish. Yeah.
But like we wouldn't like hang out with each other outside of school,
No.
I feel like.
We had like a
That
very
much.
like strong mutual friend where we had
Hmm.
like a strong friendship with this
Yeah.
person.
I feel like we had a couple like mutual friends as well
Yeah.
that so like we would be like at the same like
Like
function or
gathering,
whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
like our circles like intermingled.
Yeah.
But at the same time our high school like wasn't that big, so it's
Mhm.
like a lot of circles were circling and intermingling.
Very, very
Yeah.
true. But I think for me at least, like I felt like we became like friends
Hmm.
freshman year of college.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because we
We had a pivotal
yes, we
experience.
had a very, very exciting experience
Yeah.
together. Where me and our mutual friend we booked an Airbnb and
Well, this is a different, just to be clear, this is a different mutual friend than the one in high school. This is
Yeah.
one that we are still close with.
yeah, our very near and dear friend, we went to Florida together for like a month. We like
Mhm.
rented out this house for a month and we asked Kiara to come down for your spring break.
Yeah.
And we like bullied Kiara to extend her
Yes.
vacation a little
I
bit.
remember this was like, it was kind of like risky because it was still like, it was like COVID still.
Yeah.
And so I had to like, I forgot, like, I emailed the COVID testing like thing at my school that I was like, it was a family emergency.
And with like your sorority too,
I couldn't,
think was
yeah,
a
my sorority was
problem.
like, you can't
Yeah.
post pictures traveling.
Mhm.
Other than that, it was chill.
Yeah, and also like we were for the most part, I feel like we were in our house like not doing too much because
Mhm.
we really wanted to just we were both doing like online school at the time or like all of our classes were online because of COVID. So we were just like staying home and
Yeah.
doing
This
that
is
and then
this is her, Natasha.
yeah, me and
Yeah.
Natasha. We'll say her name.
Yeah. Natasha, special shout out. But yeah, Abby and Natasha were online like fully because
yeah.
Natasha went to school in California and they were like
Yeah.
strict.
Mhm.
And Syracuse like wasn't as strict.
Mhm.
So during my spring break, I like flew down to Florida to visit, but like Abby and I were just kind of like friendly, like you said.
You're definitely very close with Natasha. Like I think that's
Yes.
why like
Yeah.
you originally came down was like
Yeah, because
that's
Natasha
there.
like
Yeah.
mentioned it. Also, it
Mhm.
was around my birthday too, and I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Ugh, let me get out of upstate New York for
Yeah.
my birthday. And it was just such a fun, like cool, chill
Yeah.
experience.
It was like perfect.
Yeah, we weren't in like any of the like bigger like more populated places. Like
Mhm.
we were in Cocoa Beach, which is like
It's like where the old people go to like
yeah,
retire.
like the retirees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were really looking for like a chill vibe when we went there because we really were just like doing school and then
Mhm.
when Kiara came down, that's when we would like go to the beach more
Yep.
or like go out to dinner or something like that. But
Yeah. And then like Abby and I think it was you that we like
Mhm.
had this like goal of like meeting like this guy group. Oh, you know why? Because Natasha had like a like boyfriend at the time, and so she probably like wasn't looking for that like experience.
Yeah.
But Abby and I plotted this way to like get these guys to become friends with us because we were like
Yeah.
on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And do you want to like explain?
I feel like we need to go like into great detail with Natasha. Like we
Yeah.
have like a episode with Natasha where we can really talk because I want to hear her perspective on it. But yeah, we just like found these guys on the beach and we just wanted to like meet people and
Yeah.
make new friends.
And
And
do you
that's
remember like what we did?
where we like
We like
do you
asked
guys
them
have
to
like a drink. Oh no, we
No,
asked them to take a
picture.
Oh,
Yeah. Do you have a drink?
Yeah. I have one of your
Yeah.
beers. No, yeah, we asked them to take our photo, and then this like older man comes up out of nowhere that wasn't with the group of guys that we were like,
Wait, really? I thought.
yeah, he was like, do you want me to take it instead?
Oh.
And then the guy
Yeah.
ended up taking our photo, but
Uh-huh.
then so like the guys our age just kind of like went away, but then
Oh.
they came back and they offered us their drinks, and we were like,
Okay,
oh,
okay.
yeah.
You do remember a little bit more than me. I just remember the photo thing, and like we were just like it was like all like a big joke, like it was just a scheme.
Yeah,
Because we weren't actually trying to get like
no,
good pictures. We were
No.
just trying to like
we were bored. Like
Yeah.
we just wanted to. We were trying to make friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I won't like we'll wait till Natasha
Because there's
comes into the episode.
There's so much that happened,
Yeah.
even past the Florida trip. That like,
There were connections were made and connections were broken.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
yeah,
Yeah. But it was really fun. And I'll
was
also
fun.
always remember our trip to Universal Studios, which was just like a completely
yeah.
random. Well, for me it was random because they got me a ticket for my birthday, which was so sweet. But I also like am not like that into amusement parks.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was like, it will always last in my memory.
Yeah, I feel like we should hold on to that story as well.
Yeah, we can hold on to that.
And then this will be like Natasha's way of like, no, you need to come back to upstate New York. We have a podcast to film.
Yeah. So eventually when this channel gets popular, I can fly her out.
Yeah, we'll fly out Natasha.
Yeah, and then we can like have the whole like episode. It'll be like a full functioning production.
Yeah, get a Universal sponsorship maybe.
Yes.
And then they can fly Natasha out. Yeah, or they can fly us down there.
Yeah,
and we can go back.
Oh yes, we can go. Great. We could go back. But anyways, after that like experience, that bonding experience, how did we
were like locked?
Yeah, did we just keep in touch by like texting and FaceTiming?
Yeah,
definitely.
I know, it's crazy. I feel like there's like people in your life that you meet that like, I don't know, like kind of you phase in and out of like if you're close with them, if you're not and stuff. But I don't know, I feel like that trip really was like, oh, Kiara's like supposed to be my life for sure. And then yeah, we kind of just grew from there.
I definitely feel that way about you, that like we were meant to become friends because we do have a lot of similarities in terms of like personal growth. And I feel like the way that we like view things, we like to get deep, but at the same time we keep it light.
Yes, I was gonna say though, like I feel like in Florida, like when I guess we were still like getting to know each other and stuff, but like since then I feel like our friendship has gotten a lot deeper and like more like serious, of like an adult friendship, you know what I mean, instead of like, oh, we're going out, we're partying, we're meeting guys, like
and I feel like it was like a very mature friendship from the start, and but it never like went into like trauma dump territory. I like never felt like I was being like brought down. It was always like uplifting each other.
I agree.
So then after that trip, Abby kind of like switched up her college career.
I did.
Because
I had a lot of change.
What school? So you were going to the Michigan school, but like online.
So I started at this one school in Michigan and it was fully online, and I went to Michigan for it originally, but I was still like just living with my cousin. I wanted to get out of upstate, but it was all still online. And then I finished that out, and then afterwards I went to another school and then hated it, transferred to a school in New York, hated it, and then I took a semester off, and then I finally found my favorite school, ASU. Works up.
So when the second school she went to is very local to us, and so on breaks like I would visit her. Like I remember picking you up at your dorms, and like we got Mexican food.
Oh my gosh,
and we just literally like F around, you know.
I feel like that was a time in both of our lives where we really needed like a more mature friendship to talk about like bigger things that were going on in our lives and bigger feelings that we were having. And I feel like that's when we really like got into like the nitty gritty, like, oh, we're,
because this was during my sophomore year, and that was like the Great Depression for
me too.
Like sophomore year just really hit me hard. I don't know
why. There's something about sophomore year, like it was terrible. But I remember we would also like FaceTime each other all the time, or like you would go on your campus walks, and I literally like isolated myself so much, but like I was the one doing it to myself. Yeah, me too.
Like I would not eat lunch with my roommates. Like I would literally go to the cafeteria, get food, and then go into a room like in my dorm building that was like a classroom or something, and just eat by myself, because I was like so sad. I was like depressed, and I was like, I don't feel like being around anyone.
No, literally. I know. I felt the exact same way, and I definitely also did it to myself. I think for me though, I just knew I really didn't like the school that I was at, and so I was kind of like being very pessimistic, and I was like, I don't like it here, so I'm not going to form any connections, relationships, whatever, because I was like, I don't want to stay here.
Yeah, that's hard, because I like, there were moments I wanted to leave Syracuse, but I knew that like I did have a community there, and it would be like one that I could stick out the rest of school with.
Yeah.
So if I knew that I wanted to leave, like
Mhm.
actually leave, I think that would like make everything a lot more negative
Yeah.
to me.
I think too, like looking back on it, I would have handled that situation a lot differently than
Mhm.
how I went about it, but at the time I was just so like just sad all the time and then like angry also with my
Yeah.
situation, I think. So I just was like not in a place to make friends. And plus like I felt like I had a really good group of friends. Like I
Mhm.
felt like I had a lot of people in my corner that I could rely on or like talk to
Mhm.
about things. So I also didn't feel the need to like make any new friends. If that makes sense, which isn't like great. Like you should always be trying to like go out and
Yeah.
meet new people and stuff and still maintain the connections that you
Mhm.
do have. But for me, I was like, oh, I don't need any new friends. Like I'm actually good on that.
And it was like also hard because it was very local.
Yeah.
So it's like there was like high school
Mm-hmm.
connections and just like I understand why I would feel like you were so rooted in like your
Mm-hmm.
group there.
I know. I think with like all the changes that
Mhm.
happen in college, and especially too, we were both people that kind of switched our major around a little bit. That can also be really challenging.
What
So,
was yours the switch that you
oh my god, I had like five. So I started off pre med,
did? Mhm.
and then so I always knew I wanted something like medical. So I started pre med,
Mhm.
and then when I went to Fisher, I was nursing, and then I switched out of that and I did chem.
Mhm.
And then when I transferred again to ASU, that's when I did neuroscience, and that's what I graduated with. And I'm so happy I switched it. But again, like just trying to figure out what major suits you and
Mhm.
suits like your career goals can be really difficult.
Yeah.
So
I feel like that's nice though cuz it's like all in the same realm,
yeah.
which is good cuz like everything that you learned kind still like added up to your final degree.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. What do you think was like the part of college where you feel like everything like clicked into place? Did you have like that moment?
Yeah, I feel like if anybody's like looking into colleges or just doesn't feel like they know what they're doing,
Mhm.
my biggest advice would be to like take a step back, and it's okay to take a semester off. I
Mhm.
was so
Oh,
against
yes. Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I was really against it, but
Yeah.
I'm so glad I did it. And it was only a semester, like you don't have to take a full year off if
Yeah.
you don't want to. But my first semester at ASU, I was like, oh, this is like what college is supposed to
Mhm.
be like. Like I was finally having fun. I finally wanted to go out and do things and make new
Mhm.
friends and just have like the college experience.
Yeah.
Um, is like when things started to click for me, and then I like was focusing, or I did a lot of work in my semester off to like better my mental health, and so I
Mhm.
think that also played a big important role in like feeling comfortable at college and
Mhm.
more comfortable with myself. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. I also feel like during your semester off, you got involved with things like the
Yeah,
volleyball
volleyball.
coaching.
Yeah.
And I feel like getting involved in stuff like that, where it's like somewhere in your community, like on
Mm-hmm.
campus or off campus, whatever,
Yeah.
really helps because I feel like things started to click for me. Definitely like when I was on campus, like junior and senior year. I
Mm-hmm.
did go abroad junior year and I felt like very like lost during that, which is unfortunate, but it also like made me like a lot stronger and like
Yeah.
definitely develop my character.
Mm-hmm.
But just finding like the little things on campus that I really like to like go on walks
Yeah.
or I don't know, like study in different places or like go get coffee like at the coffee shop that was on the first floor of my apartment.
Yeah.
And then also just being around people, I feel like helped. Like I was the business school, you have to get like very involved with like group projects and like
Mm-hmm.
group presentations. And so you're always like communicating with other people. You're trying to like do stuff that helps your group pretty
Yeah.
much. And I feel like that is something that's like really good about the business school is like they force you to like collaborate
Yeah.
with people. And then also it they did require like 150 hours of volunteering.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
So by senior year, like by the end of senior year, you had to like have volunteered a
Mm-hmm.
bunch of hours. And so I would go to the Ronald McDonald House in
Yeah.
Syracuse and just like walk there and then like help like clean up like the space and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes like clean up like dinner or whatever.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of fun. even though I didn't really want to volunteer, but like it ended up being good for me.
Yeah, I think too, like when you get more involved in your school, like it does help feel better about it. Like when I was at the school here in New York, I played violin for their church, but I still just had like such a negative outlook. And I think that was my problem.
That you played violin during college.
Yeah, because I would ask their like director, because I played violin, and I would ask like, can I use the church like when you guys aren't using it to like practice, because they didn't have any practice rooms. And she was like, yeah, sure. And then she was like, why don't you just play with us on Sundays? Like, and I felt like I was loitering, so I was like, yeah, of course I'll play with you guys.
That's so cute.
But yeah, and like I think that was a good experience. That definitely made me hate the school a lot less, because I was like meeting new people and like getting out of my dorm room and like actually being a normal person, even though I wasn't thrilled about doing it. Like I didn't really want to, but I'm still really glad that I did do it. And then when I was at ASU, I joined like a couple different like pre-med clubs, pre-PA clubs, and got a lot of cool experience that way. So I think like involving yourself more in your school or just in your community in general like can do so much for your mental health.
Yeah, I like got a job on campus my senior year, which I think like just kept me really busy and stuff. But I do feel like it kind of took me until senior year for like everything, like all the pieces to come together, because during junior year like I still was like a little depressed and like anxious. I was also like a part of like club lacrosse too. Like I did have like a lot of stuff that was like from the outside like looked like I was doing well, but I still would just like, I don't know. I also feel like for me like medication really helped, but that's like a very individual journey. Like for some people it doesn't work, and some people it does, but I feel like it gave me like the extra, basically just like the little like serotonin boost that I needed to kind of like fuel like all of these like good habits and stuff, and not like be pessimistic about all of them.
I feel like we were very lucky in the sense, because like when I was getting into therapy, I feel like I was trying to also be like, oh, we should like, you should look into it as well. And like
we definitely encourage each other.
And like finding the right medication for us as well. Like it can be such a scary journey if you're not going through it with another friend or know somebody that's done it before, because I think it is a very like individual journey. But I was so against going on anything, because I was like, oh, if I like am diagnosed with it, then I like it's real, like I actually have it. But I think knowing that like a close friend of mine was also going through something similar and also looking at medication was like so helpful.
Definitely. I feel like also in high school the people I was around, like we didn't talk a lot about mental health. I would say like majority like didn't show that they struggled with like anxiety or depression, even though I'm sure it was like for a lot of people it's like underlying and they don't address it. But I feel like we literally never talked about that. But I don't know with your friends if it was different.
I feel like for my friends, like we were very like in tune emotionally with each other, but also at the same time I think in high school I was usually the friend that people would go to when they were having problems.
I get that.
And I was like never the one, like I never experienced any like anxiety or depression. Like I don't really think so. I guess like in high school,
I think high school I also feel the same way, where I was like not very aware of like mental health. And so even if I was feeling like depressed, I didn't even know that was like what it was called. And I just kind of like would, I don't know, dismiss it, and then
definitely
like still have a good time in high school. But at the same time it's like I feel like the stakes aren't as high. Like if you're not doing great in school, like it's not like leading into your career. Like college is literally like,
that's true. It's a little bit less pressure. I feel like also like a lot of high schoolers are depressed too, so I think like it's kind of just normal to like,
that's true,
go to school and be like, I hate school, like I don't want to be here.
That's true, because you all like want to like talk bad about high school, because I remember towards the end I was like, I hate this place,
right.
But then at college it's like completely like flipped around, where everyone's like, oh my god, these are the best 4 years.
I know.
Like I like can't believe I'm gonna leave this place.
Yeah, I think honestly that's another reason why I was so depressed like my first couple years of college, is because I put so much pressure on myself to like make
have a
those 4
great
years the
time.
best 4 years of your
Yep.
life. Or like, I don't know if you felt this way, but I was also like not embarrassed, but like I really wanted to make like your college friends. Like, you know how people will always distinguish
yes.
like my
Yeah.
high school friends or my
Yeah.
college friends.
Yep.
And like hearing about people like, oh,
Yeah.
you don't want to peak in high school. Like I feel like I did
Yes.
have like a good high school
Yeah.
experience and I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Mhm.
So I didn't want to be like one of those people that like has a terrible
Yeah.
college experience and
Yeah.
they're like, oh well.
You know what I wanted to touch on that
Yeah.
you said is the idea that you should have like college friends
Oh yeah.
that almost like beat your high school friends, because
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know, college is supposed to be better than high school.
Yeah, right.
And
Yeah.
I also struggle with that because I've always had a hard time having like a girl group that consistently like gets along with each other
Yeah.
and like wants to create bonds. But for me, like drama, like a little bit of drama like always got in the way, where it's like
Yeah.
my group would split, or like I got closer to one person and the other people kind of like drifted off.
Yeah.
Like I never had a good group where it's like you guys are texting in the group chat like silly things. I mean, I've had
Yeah.
like little like ones like that, but I think I've like literally never had that
Yeah.
that I felt like it was like a lasting like girl group.
Right. I think too, like the whole high school versus college friends and stuff, like I don't know why I took that so like seriously. I think I really wanted to prove to people that like, oh yeah, I have college friends.
Or like I
don't
have
even worry
friends.
about it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But like honestly, I mean, I've definitely made a lot of lifelong friendships in college, but also I was just like so lucky to have met and had such great friendships with people that I went to high school with. And I looked at that like as something to be like embarrassed about almost, or like I don't know, like I would never like genuinely feel embarrassed, but I just always wanted to like, I don't know, like post that I would be like out with like college friends, like not my high school friends. I think now like what I've learned is I'm just trying to not like, I guess like differentiate the two. Like if I'm hanging out with Kiara and like I'm talking to my roommate or my old roommate back in Arizona, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna go see my high school friends like when I'm back home. Like,
no, it's
like,
I feel like it just reaches a point where it's just like it
literally doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. But I think there is like such a big like discussion in high school and maybe early college about like my high school friends, my college friends.
No, that's so real.
So
yeah,
that was definitely something I struggled with, but I think also moving states kind of helped me get over that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we can cut this, but sophomore year I had somebody message me on Snapchat who I wasn't friends with in high school.
Yeah.
And she like randomly messaged me. I just posted like my roommate who I did go to high school with, which also I feel like is a big no. Like,
oh no.
Like you
can't it's like you don't want to like limit yourself or like yeah.
Exactly, which I didn't have that experience. Like I loved living with her. I think it was a great time. But this girl messaged me on Snapchat after I just posted a story of like us hanging out in our dorm, and she was like, name one friend you've made in in college that we didn't go to high school with. And I was like, excuse me, like
who was that? Oh, so she was trying to be funny,
I guess. But I was just like, and plus like already having this like anxiety around making a college friend.
Yeah, like, you're like,
they know. You know, so
no,
I was
it's like no need
so
to call me out like
that. But also I was just like,
I feel like also the place you went to college during that year gets like a rep for like everyone being
like high school. Yeah, it definitely did, and I definitely felt that. I think there was a lot going on that I just it wasn't for me. I definitely did like ASU, and I think too like you're gonna get a lot of different opinions and advice from a lot of different people in your life, and knowing when to listen to that advice and then also just trust your gut. Because for me, I have such a great support system and I have so many people that I trust giving me advice, but I just knew deep down that neither of those two schools were a right fit for me, and no one wants to transfer a third time, but I was like, I can't do it. Like,
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
keep this up.
I feel like I'm trying to right now like push myself like out of the box and trying to think about like my future but not let anyone else's like opinions like weigh on me, because
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people do have opinions on like where you move after college and like what job you have, and like
Yeah.
also for me staying in Rochester, like I do have a lot of connections to Rochester now, and like I do have a lot of friends who probably aren't like moving from here.
Yeah.
And so I feel like some people would see that as taking a step back. But also a lot of these people are like new friends, like new coworkers, and people who like all have different perspectives and different like backgrounds and stuff. So I'm like not ashamed of my
I'm not ashamed to be back in my hometown. Clip that. And you can clip that. I am really happy to be back here, but I don't know, I just like, again, trying to just trust myself and trust my gut of knowing like, is this for me? Is this not for me?
Yeah. Something I wanted to touch on, because I do talk a lot about my faith on here, is your journey with Christianity and specifically Catholicism, because I go to a non-denominational church and a lot of the people I go to church with are not very like experienced with other like denominations of Christianity.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Catholic Church has a lot of like differences. Yeah. So what was it like growing up going to Catholic Church? And you can be like completely
like honest.
Yes, completely honest.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I think that I had a very different experience from the rest of my siblings. I think that religion can be really great for a lot of people, but I think for me it was like really bad. And I had like this idea of this person that I needed to be, because like, you know, like the ultimate goal is to like get into heaven and stuff. And so I was a very like, oh, I literally can't do this, I can't do that, whatever. And so I like put a lot of pressure on myself to I think be a good person. But in doing that, I would also, and I was like young too, like I would, and this is not good, but I was like judging other people, like if they weren't aligning with what I was doing, I was like, oh, like you're not a good person, then like I shouldn't be your friend, whatever. Very judgmental, very bad. And I don't think a lot of people do that normally, like that,
at least at a young age, because I think that is a very big sin in the church, is that people do think that they're better than others because of like
because they like think that they have like the right answer too. And I don't think my siblings were that way of like, oh, like I
putting pressure, like such a high amount of pressure on themselves.
Yeah, exactly. So I think for me, religion was not helpful. And then also too, like I was really involved in the church more so than my siblings were. Like I really liked the youth group that I had, and I did that up until like junior year of high school. And I did like this vacation Bible school every summer, and so did my siblings, but they didn't do like the religious side and go on retreats and all that stuff. Like I was definitely more involved. And looking back, I think there was a lot that happened, like especially at those retreats, that I think really put like a bad taste in my mouth for religion, and how, I don't know, like just the stuff that they would say to us as kids that are very impressionable. And they said a lot of stuff to try and like isolate you and make you like really look at these like sins as like terrible things that you've done and should be ashamed of.
We're continuing on my iPhone because the memory card ran out of storage. So we need to now improvise.
Totally fine.
So we will let Abby take the stage and resume her story.
Okay, so I'm trying to think of where I left off. Oh yeah. Okay, so then when I grew up, I kind of just decided that religion wasn't like a healthy thing for me at the time. And I feel like too, growing up in the church, I was always told that like if you leave or you're not religious anymore, that you're gonna be like this crazy person and like get addicted to drugs and like go off the rails pretty much. And I was like really nervous to stop going to church and to
Yeah.
stop praying, doing whatever. But I didn't have that experience at all. I think that
Mhm.
it was really healthy for me, and I definitely became a much nicer and better person
Mhm.
for it. I think I'm a lot nicer to myself, and I'm definitely a lot nicer to other people as well. Like I'm not judgmental or
Mhm.
like as anxious too, I think, for
Yeah.
sure, because I don't know, I'm not constantly thinking like something bad's going to happen to me because I
Mhm.
drank alcohol before
Mhm.
the age of 21 or
Yeah.
doing
I
whatever.
think there's a lot of people who have to like deconstruct their faith
Yeah.
because of how like unhealthy some churches are about that, especially at a young age. I think if I learned about the things in the Bible that are like kind of talking about, I guess, either like you get into heaven or you don't, and like it matters like what you do, like basically in the moment, and
Mhm.
not that like you can grow into like a spiritually like mature person. Like there's like room for growth, and you shouldn't like put such pressure on yourself at a young
Mhm.
age when you're always like allowed to make mistakes. Like
Yeah.
that's like, God's big thing is that he like always shows mercy. Like there are people in the Bible who like do like terrible things, like murderers and stuff like that, and
Mhm.
like God still forgives them. And I think if you teach kids that like things are, you have to repent for all of your sins, and like
Yeah.
when you're such like a at such an impressionable age, and also you're like when you're a kid you don't necessarily get to choose who you're surrounded with.
Yeah.
So then it's like you have to pick and choose, like, oh, do I want to, like, can I be friends with the people at school still because like
Yeah.
they're different than me?
Mhm.
And it's like we should be friends with people who are different than us and have different
Yeah.
opinions.
It's so strange to me. Like I really don't understand how it got so bad for me so quick
Mhm.
because I remember so vividly that I was in my aunt's car one time and I was so young, like
Mhm.
probably elementary school. And I said something to her about how, yeah, I know somebody, but like they're not Catholic, so like I can't be
Yeah.
their like she can't be my best friend.
Uh-huh.
And my aunt was like, "Oh, that's not like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's
Yeah.
not how that works. Like you can absolutely be their best friend." But
Yeah.
so I don't know where like
I think some
who was telling me these
yeah.
things. Like I think it was literally just myself and how I was interpreting it. But
Yeah.
I also too like another huge issue that I had is
Mhm.
I like was really struggling to like believe in any of it.
Yeah.
And because of that, I would get really mad at myself.
Mhm.
And I think too, growing up in the church, they would say like if you're ever questioning, like it's the devil trying to like pull you away from the church.
Mhm.
So it's like you can't win. Like you can
Yeah.
only win if you're doing what they say and following these strict
Mhm.
rules. And I was just so angry with myself all the time because it just never made sense to me. Or like when we would go on those retreats, people would have such like an emotional experience.
Yeah, I have
And
heard that the retreats can sometimes exhaust you to the point that
mhm,
your body like breaks down and you think that it's like
you're having like a moment, like a
yeah,
God moment.
like
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. It's just like crazy looking back on and
Mhm.
like, yeah, people would always talk about like, oh, I feel God and whatever.
Yeah.
And I never experienced that.
Mhm.
And it just like also just didn't really make sense to me,
Mhm.
honestly. And so all of that combined made me feel really bad about myself and that I was doing something wrong or like I
Mhm.
wasn't trying enough to believe in it.
Mhm.
But I think like giving myself grace and like understanding that it's okay to not believe in it and it's okay to like explore other things
Mhm.
has been really helpful. And it's also really just isolating because like my entire family, immediate and extended, are all super super religious. So and I was the only person, and I'm
Mhm.
still the only person that's like not
Yeah.
in the church. But like I mean I would never like shame somebody for being religious or going to church or
Right.
something. And my sister sings in the choir, and so sometimes I still go and like support her
And
in
you
that
play the
way.
violin,
Yeah,
like
like I
yeah.
played violin, like,
Yeah.
and I wasn't religious at the time. And I'm even trying to like join the choir now to
Right.
like play just because I
Yeah.
really do love playing violin. And like I've talked about this before of just like if I can heighten somebody else's experience like through what I'm passionate
Yeah.
about, like
Oh.
why not do it?
Yeah.
So I think it is like very individualized, but I don't know. I think there's just
Yeah.
like a lot of unnecessary pressure placed on kids that grow up in the church
Yeah.
and then it leads them to not
Yeah.
want to continue that religion, which
Mhm.
I don't know. That's been my experience. Obviously, that hasn't been my experience for my siblings or like my cousins or
Mhm.
anything. So it is all different, but I think I'm definitely more at peace now than I ever
Mm-hmm.
was when I considered myself religious.
Yeah, I think my experience would have been a lot different if I grew up going to a Catholic church
Yeah.
because we did do Protestant. And also, I don't think there's a lot of like adults in my life telling me like
Mhm.
about sin, which is like is a good thing, but also like I think growing up in high school, then I kind of thought like I definitely went through my party phase.
Yeah.
So then I kind of like reached a point where I was like, I have to reel this back in, and also like what is the point of everything, because I like, keep getting like hurt and keep feeling like bad about myself.
Mhm.
And so I think the journey that I took was like I grew up going to church, but it felt very like comfortable, very
Yeah.
welcoming and inviting, but I didn't understand like the meaning behind it.
Mhm.
And then I like strayed and then had a moment where I was like, I need like a higher thing to like basically coming back to just like believing in God and connecting with like faith because of like my own experiences,
Yeah.
not anyone else's or like the church or anything.
Right.
And you can't like pressure or like force that onto someone. Like it's like it won't click for them unless they do it like on their own.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Catholic Church is so structured that it's like they expect everyone's experience to be the same.
Yeah.
And like if you do these things, like you will find God, but it's
Mhm.
like everyone is different.
Yeah. I agree with that. I think too, like for me, like my parents were never like I remember when I told them that I wasn't religious anymore, that I didn't believe in God or
Hmm.
whatever. We had like a good long talk about it naturally, of course.
Yeah.
But I kind of for the first time opened up to them about how like I would internalize all of these things,
Yeah.
and they were like very stunned and like kind of alarmed because they were like, "Oh, like I hope I didn't
Yeah.
like do anything
Yeah.
to make you feel that way or
Right.
whatever." And I really don't think it was them because
Hmm.
obviously like my siblings have a different experience, and I can't remember a single time that my parents like used religion against me.
Hmm.
I think it really was my experience with the church that I went to.
Hmm.
But again, too, like I don't want to say that it's just that because I feel like it's just me, like it's just how I
Yeah.
am, and like I don't believe and like I don't feel it,
Hmm.
and I think that's okay. And like I was saying earlier, learning to just trust yourself
Right.
and not um take like the opinions of other people and like take that as what you have
Hmm.
to do, what you're supposed to do. Like I
Yep.
think religion can be great for a lot of people, and it's just it wasn't great for me, and I don't think I need it in my life, and
Hmm.
I'm finally like content with that, and I'm not trying to like force myself to
Yeah.
find it or do whatever. I'm not like closed off to it, but I think I'm just really learning to like trust myself again and trust that I'll make the right decisions for myself.
Yeah. I think that that should be talked about more, like religious and church like trauma,
Yeah.
because that's not like what like religion should be about.
Yeah.
But it unfortunately is like, the church ends up like hurting people, and
Mhm.
it's the people in the church that
Yeah.
make it into like a negative thing.
Mhm.
But I feel like the more people that talk about it, the more people can like understand, that it's like it affects people like throughout their entire life.
Yeah. I think it's crazy too because like almost I don't keep in touch with the
Mhm.
people that I went to that youth group with anymore, like maybe like one
Mhm.
or two people, and it's like just here and there whatever.
Yeah.
But from what I know, I don't think a lot of them are religious anymore
Yeah.
or maybe as like intense as it
Mhm.
is, and I know that they have new people running it. So maybe my experience will be different, but also like at the same time I think there is something to be said about people in the church ruining your experience
Mhm.
and tainting that. But I think either way, even if I did have a good experience, it just comes down to like for me, it didn't make sense and I
Mhm.
couldn't believe it even at a young age. And I was
Yeah.
like trying so hard to believe it, but it still like wasn't it didn't happen for me. And I think it's fine. Like that's okay. I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
not upset about it.
To close this off, do you want to talk about what you hope will happen in 2026, or like Because she's
Yes.
feeling very positive, and
Yeah.
I'm loving this like fresh energy because I definitely need that.
Yeah, I'm so excited about
Mm-hmm.
2026. I just moved back home from living in Arizona post grad. So I'm starting a new job. I don't exactly know what that job is going to be
Mm-hmm.
yet, but like I'm applying and I have an interview lined up, so I'm excited. I also got into PA school, so I literally could not be happier right now. Like I feel like I'm on cloud 9 and I have an entire year to just be home,
Mm-hmm.
save money, hang out with my friends and family, and this is probably the last time I'm going to be able to like fully relax and just like
Yeah.
let other people take care of me for a little bit
Mm-hmm.
before I'm officially in my career. So, I'm very excited. Um
Yeah.
what do I want to happen in 2026? I don't know. I feel like that's it.
I like saw this TikTok that's like you should have one goal that like only has like a 50% chance of happening or something.
Ooh.
That's like
I
so
like that.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I was talking to Sam and he was like, your goal should be to act in something.
Oh my gosh, wait, I love that.
Yeah. So he also wants to like randomly act in something
Oh
cuz
my
like
gosh, I love that.
his one of his like family friend's son was in Marty Supreme
Really?
because he was like scouted like in a
Whoa.
grocery store.
That's
So
crazy.
now Sam is like, that should happen to me.
I feel like that random things happen to you. I could see that happening for you, like a random scouting moment.
Yes, I did. I like said this on the live, but I got on the jumbotron at the LA Chargers
Wait,
game.
really?
Yeah, and like I had like a whole moment, but I'm sad that no one recorded it.
Yeah.
Like none of the I was there with like 5 family
Oh
members.
my gosh.
No,
Ops.
yeah,
You're ops
they
now. Oh,
oh the light.
the light's gone.
Yeah.
Everything is shutting down. They're
Mm,
telling us that we need to stop talking.
yeah. No, they're
I
telling.
hope I can meet Sam this year too. I haven't
Oh
met Sam in
yes.
person.
He. Oh wait. No, I'm going to New York City, but then he'll be coming here.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that should be greater than a 50% chance. Oh my gosh, I need to think.
That should be your. Yeah, that'll be. That will be. So it can't be your 2026 goal. Anyways,
No.
what would your greater or less
Oh my gosh,
50% chance or less?
I literally don't know. I think I accomplished my biggest goal, which was getting into PA school last
Yes.
year, and that's like a 2 to 3% chance.
What? Really?
PA school is very hard to get into.
I feel like, but like with your like, experiences, I was
Oh,
like, you're
thank
definitely
you.
gonna get in.
No, I had like no hope,
Oh my
genuinely.
gosh.
I had no hope. But I this year I feel like it's a year of like no goals. Like no goals,
Okay,
no
sure. Yeah,
expectations
yeah, yeah.
for
Like,
me.
yeah.
Because last year like it was such a great year for me, but it was also so hard
Mm-hmm.
because my entire focus for that entire
Mm-hmm.
year, like right before April is when the cycle opens. So seriously, since January of
Mm-hmm.
last year, I've been prepping for the CASPA cycle to start and so that I can apply immediately. And then you're waiting, and then you get interviews, and then you're prepping for the interviews. And I had to take an extra class. Like it was all so
Mm-hmm.
much. So this is my year of rest and
And
relaxation.
relaxation. Ooh, I like that. I like that. I
But
feel like big things are coming, but in
I think so
small
too.
packages.
Big things in small packages.
Yes, yes, because
Yeah.
it's like it doesn't have to be like this like grand thing. It could just be
Yeah.
like a little moment
Mm-hmm.
that you're like, wow, that really like was a gift.
Yeah. I feel like throughout the year, I always make little goals for myself as
Yeah.
well, or like have things I want to tweak. So there will be something. Just right now, I'm taking a load
Yeah.
off.
And I hope that you guys all get big things in small packages this year because you deserve them.
Absolutely. Yes, and Happy New Year.
Happy
Hope
New
you had a
Year.
safe and fun New Year.
Thank you so much for being on the pod.
Thank you for having me. I have been watching your stuff literally since high school, so this is like a full circle moment.
No, this is like my number one follower and supporter in my social media journey. And so you deserved a spot on the podcast. No
oh my
questions.
gosh, thank you.
No
I hope I
questions.
get an invite back, so like and comment. So
Oh yes, no, I've never had a 2-timer yet because I don't know, busy season, but definitely open to all.
Second timer.
Open to all for anyone who's been on the pod to be a second timer. Please reach out.
Please reach out.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm excited to see what 2026 brings us.
Definitely.
I'm excited. I'm excited to do it together.
Okay. Bye guys.
Bye guys.
Love you.